Hello, it's Cathy here, and in this video I wanted to share with you a little visualization technique that's really useful for when you've lost something. And I actually used it the first time that it really blew my mind was when my car actually got stolen. I was living in New Zealand and I was at the retreat centre where I lived, and we had a guest come and stay, and we'd gone to actually pick him up. And we used to have quite an open policy because we lived so far out in the sticks that we would have volunteers come and stay, and we were really quite trusting because there wasn't that much to steal, and it was it was so remote, and there was hardly any other houses in the valley where we lived. So there was one night where we had welcomed this young man to come and stay, and we'd spent some time with him, and we happened to be going away for that evening. And I had a funny feeling something wasn't quite right about him, to the point where, I didn't want to leave my car there, and I didn't really trust him at all. But my partner at the time, he was like, no, we've got to trust people. And we went away, basically. And when we got back, I took my car keys, my car keys with me so that he couldn't, nobody could take the car. But when we got back, he'd hotwired it and nicked it. And loved my car, and I bought it this lovely heart-shaped key ring, and I called it Speedy because I used to love flooring it around the mountains around New Zealand. And so I was really, I could, when I connected with the car, I had a lot of passion and a lot of love and gratitude for it, because it was a real symbol of freedom. When you live so far in the mountains where we were, you needed a car. So, and it was my car, so I loved it to bits. And so when it was, what I did was I visualized this key ring being on like a silver thread that linked to the car, and I imagined every day winding this thread in, and that I was drawing back the car to me, and I was meantime sort of practicing gratitude for the car and thinking about all the great times that I'd had in it, and how good it made me feel to have this car to drive around, and how much fun it was to drive it over the mountains. So I built up loads of really positive energy, and about 10 days later we got a phone call from the police saying that it had been found up in Auckland, which was 11 hours drive away, and I got my car back. So, it could have been, it was abandoned in the street. He could have sent it anywhere. He could have, trashed it or burnt it, anything. So, that was something that really worked for me. But I've done it since with all kinds of other things. As long as you can get into that sense of the gratitude that you have for the thing that you really want, and you just picture yourself drawing it to you, it will start, it will turn up. It usually turns up. And if your passion isn't that strong about this thing, then maybe you didn't really need it after all. But it really helps you to get focused on where it is, or maybe it might pop into your mind where you've left it, or somebody might ring you and say, oh, you've left this at my house, or at a venue somewhere. It's like you're sending out those messages to get the universe to help you to find it and to get it back to you. So I hope you enjoy that trip. Why don't you give it a try next time you lose something. So keep tuned for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.